When you're in a car wreck, you know who to call.
Call Hughes and Coleman.
800-800-4600.
Studies show people who call a lawyer on average get up to 3 times more money.
That's a lot of shakes.
Hughes and Coleman. 800-800-4600.
Forecast First is brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air.
Snow is flying out there for us right now. You can see some of the roads in Lexington are looking wet, not snow covered, but we'll get that way. Trust me, winter weather advisory out through tomorrow morning for folks across parts of southeastern Kentucky. That's what we'll have for you for the longest period of time. Snow on our Fox radar. It's out there, and it's going to keep coming. I'll have the latest snowfall accumulation forecast, and we'll look at the next system. I'll have all of that coming up. The Fox 56 Morning Edition is on the air.
So we are tracking a wintry start to the week here in central Kentucky, how roads are looking for your morning commute.
Plus, what we know about a string of shootings in Lexington over the weekend.
And how state leaders are trying to make the most of Kentucky's vaccine allotment.
The Fox 56 Morning Edition starts now.
Good morning, and we welcome you to the Fox 56 Morning Edition from WDKY. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. Let's get right to the news.
Road crews have been out since around midnight treating potential trouble spots.
Our Jim Stratman joins us now live in downtown Lexington. Jim, tell us more about what you're seeing out there in our area.
Well, Bill and Andrea, right now we're just seeing a lot of wet roads. Like Jim said in his forecast first, you can see behind me, these roads, they're just really wet at this point. Or about an hour or so ago, we were seeing a thin layer of snow covering some of these roadways, but crews have done a really good job of salting and plowing and making sure that the roads are now more drivable. In fact, this looks even better than just probably 30 minutes ago. It looks a little bit less slippery, but there are still so many slick spots out there with just how wet the roads are. We're seeing and hearing reports of some accidents, especially up in Scott County. We know that a big accident involving a semi-trailer has been cleared up at this point. No injuries to be reported so far this morning, but it just goes to show you how slippery and slick some of these roadways are. So even if it doesn't look like we even saw last week where it was super icy, these roads can still cause problems. So make sure if you're heading out on your commute this morning, you add a little bit more space in between you and those other cars. Make sure you add a little bit more time to your commute as well, because these roadways are wet, these roadways are slick, and they could cause some problems. Reporting in Lexington, Jim Stratman for the Fox 56 Morning Edition.
All right, Jim, thank you. And several school districts are switching up their instruction plans for the day. Clay, Harrison, and Jessamine County students will be learning virtually today. In Powell and Scott counties, students will get a traditional snow day, no remote or in-person instruction. We have a full list of the closures, and we're keeping that updated on foxlexington.com.
Students in Bath County are scheduled to begin in-person learning this morning. The district will use a hybrid model. Families can opt to stay completely virtual if they choose. Boyle County schools will also launch hybrid learning today. So far, winter weather has not affected either district's plans.
The Breathitt County Judicial Center will be closed today. That's because of COVID-19. Circuit Court Judge Lisa Wisman says crews will be cleaning the building thoroughly throughout the day. She does expect it to reopen for regular business hours tomorrow. And the month of January officially had the highest number of COVID cases and deaths since the pandemic started.
But for a third straight week, we did see a downward trend. Kentucky reported around 16,000 new cases last week, 1,700 of which came yesterday. A record 94,000 cases were reported in January, but the escalation we saw at the end of last year is now slowing down.
Kentucky's 4 new regional vaccination sites are set to open tomorrow. One is at the Kentucky Horse Park in Lexington. There's another at Ephraim McDowell Hospital in Danville, and 2 sites in the Paducah area. Appointments will start tomorrow with a priority on people age 70 and older. Governor Beshear says he expects to announce more regional sites later this week.
Your time now is 7:04, and Lexington is coming off a violent weekend.
Police are investigating 3 shootings. One of them was deadly. Last night, police found a man with life-threatening injuries near the city center downtown. Officers are following up on a lead in this shooting, but they've yet to release any suspect information. We're still waiting on an update on the victim's condition this morning.
Yesterday afternoon, police responded to another shooting. This time, a man was shot on Hollow Creek Road. He is expected to recover. Police are following a possible lead in this case as well. And on Saturday night, police found the body of Brian Green at an apartment on Alumni Drive. Officers don't know exactly when he died, but they do believe that it happened at some point that day. Officers say it's too soon to know if any of these cases are related.
A Lincoln County woman is charged with murder after a man was found shot to death after a fire. Tiffany Griffin is accused of killing Jason Netherton. She's charged with arson, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence as well. Police say Netherton's body was found after that fire on Wednesday. According to an arrest citation, Griffin admitted to police that she shot him several times. A witness also told police that Griffin started the fire to hide evidence.
Tomorrow, Kentucky's General Assembly is set to reconvene. Lawmakers are constitutionally required to pass a budget before the end of the session. Governor Beshear has laid out a $12 billion spending plan. Democrats say it would help get critical aid to struggling Kentuckians. But Republicans are criticizing it for relying too much on one-time federal funding.
It has now been 5 years since that massive fire at the original Bluegrass Stockyards.
The new facility on Ironworks Pike was up and running just a year and a half later. Chief Operating Officer Jim Akers says in the meantime, they were still able to use nearby locations to do business. He says now, because of the pandemic, they're facing new challenges.
We lost 2 retailers. We lost our restaurant operator. We just recently got our restaurant back operational and doing well with it. But it's just been a huge effort.
Outdoor community events at the stockyards are on pause right now, and they likely will be through at least the spring.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for so many, Yeah. Our time this morning is 7:06.
And we do want to check back in with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
It has been pretty messy out there so far this morning, getting a good layer of slush. Our temperature is just so close to freezing, and this is more of a wetter snow, so you get a lot of slush that develops out there. So you could still have some issues on those roads as they do freeze with the number sitting where it is right now in most cases. The bands of snow now reaching eastern portions of Kentucky, at least that steadier shot of it on the backside of this rotating around with our area of low pressure that's in position just east of us. See, it's 28 degrees here in Lexington, so we've dropped several degrees below freezing. 31 in London, and then hovering right around it out in eastern Kentucky. We look ahead here, and you've got slick roads, you've got snow out there. Snow continues into the afternoon and evening hours. We'll hover around freezing all day long today and probably below it, which keeps that snow flying and flowing across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. When I come back in a few minutes, we'll look at the updated call for snowfall and the hour-by-hour run.
All right, Jim, we'll see you shortly. 7:07, and let's check on traffic this morning, and we'll see what is going on. As the one camera we look at, we understand there is an accident, and police apparently are on the way to this location in the area of the old Turfland Mall.
Yeah, so do keep that in mind. And you're looking right now at the LFUCG live drive cameras at Harrodsburg and Lane Allen. Again, those roads are tricky out there, so please be careful and give yourself some extra time if you can.
Well, there are plenty of questions ahead of this year's tax filing season.
We'll have the details straight ahead in our business news.
Always asking me about Kara.
I think you're spending too much time on social media. Do you have to comment on everything?
Yes, I do. And it's about time you put me in a commercial. Go to getthetiger.com.
Come try Sonny's original smoked pork plates. Get pork with ribs, and wings or on the Sonny's Cuban starting at $7.99. Available for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since '68.
Happy Baby here again at Surplus Sales. We have laminate starting at just 69 cents per square foot with free underlayment. Now that will make you happy, like me. Surplus Sales in Corbin, Kentucky.
Onboard navigation system, rear DVD player, dual zone climate control. But none of it mattered when they were hit by a careless driver. If you or someone you love were injured by a careless driver, let the Becker Law Office fight for everything you deserve. Because you have rights. Now you have a lawyer.
Call Becker Law. Just dial 3s.
Hooligans Forge, where the wild hooligans roam and the blacksmiths play.
This is Justin Peterson with Golden Law Office. Every nursing home in the state of Kentucky must have enough staff scheduled to care for their vulnerable patients. Nursing homes are required to report these staffing numbers to the state and federal governments, but some nursing homes inflate these numbers in order to hide the fact they don't have enough staff on duty. Common injuries due to inadequate staffing includes falls, bed sores, malnutrition, poor hygiene, and loss of dignity. If your loved one has been the victim of nursing home understaffing, call Golden Law Office at 859-469-5000.
Rally's has a new Pick 2 for $3 deal. Mix and match any two from the Rally Burger, the Spicy Chicken Sandwich, the Crispy Fish Sandwich, or a Chili Dog for just $3. With this $3 deal, any pairing is a total win. The Pick 2 for $3 deal, only at Rally's. Get Rally's delivered.
It's hammer time. Don't take the small check. Small check. Tried to warn you.
One wife, 3 daughters.
What is it about hanging bras in the bathroom like Christmas ornaments?
Tim Allen is the last man standing.
Tonight at 6 on Fox 56.
People are always asking me about Kara.
I think you're...
This portion of the morning edition is brought to you by Fayette's Heating and Air.
Snow is flying out there across Kentucky this morning. We're looking down in Somerset now where it hasn't been snowing that long, but already you see the glow of the snow off in the distance here as it's on the ground. And of course, off in the distance, the visibility is down as well because of the snow flying through the air. Here in Lexington, we're at Caneland, a wintry Caneland right now. Still see some early morning workouts as the camera updates a little bit, but there you see what it looks like here in Lexington as well. Winter weather advisory, that's going to hold on for us through probably tomorrow in eastern Kentucky for the high elevations because right there along the Kentucky-Tennessee state line, the Kentucky-Virginia border, we're going to see snow linger for a little while longer. Our numbers are in the 20s this morning, so that supports your snow. Full-blown snow everywhere you look. You've got 30 in Frankfort, 28 in Lexington, 30 in Mount Sterling, 31 in London. I mean, this is a cold morning. Now, it's not one of the worst mornings I've ever seen, but, I mean, still, it's pretty cold when you're talking about wintry weather. That keeps the threat of it alive and well. Later today, I'm stopping the clock here about 3:30. Again, hovering right around freezing. Watch this back edge. Just when you think it's over, here it comes again. See, it sneaks back on you. And you get those snow showers flying yet again across central Kentucky as well. And look at the future here. This is tomorrow morning, very close to this time. It's just out east. And there you run into an extended period of snow before it finally settles down. Maybe on Wednesday. That's when the final few flakes will fly, I believe. We might even have a few snow flurries around here, at least early on in the day, and the numbers eventually come up, as you see them right there, pushing closer into the mid-30s and maybe even an upper 30-degree reading somewhere across Kentucky here. So that's the other side of all of this, as things will settle down quite a bit, and you see some of the colder air building in. Another system will get in here, though, for Thursday and Friday. Completely different system with rain and some snow with it. Maybe not quite as much, but certainly worth watching. Here's how much I think we end up with. 2 to 4 inches, Lexington, Richmond, down to London, Corbin, Hazard, Moorhead, Lawrenceburg. I mean, all around us here, that's the general swath of the 2 to 4 inches. Out in eastern Kentucky, you get locked in on that 6-inch total, but that's only for the highest elevations across southeastern Kentucky. Bill overheard some folks talking early this morning about 6 inches. Well, yeah, down in the high elevations only, not for everybody. So that's what we have there spread out on our map. Our full 7-day forecast. Now look at this. You're talking highs in the 30s next few days, snow chance around. And then you get to early parts of next week and late this weekend. Look at what happens. Now 18 is optimistic. I meant to take that down to 12 because I think that's more of a realistic number for your daytime high as Arctic blast comes rolling in here. And I'm talking, there's potential with some of the long-range stuff that I've looked at that we go sub-zero during this run, guys. And it hangs around for just a few days early next week. So that second week of February, it looks tough out there.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've had that type of cold. So.
Right. You know, we've had those single digits, but when I start talking sub-zero, that we haven't had that in a while, widespread.
No getting used to that. All right, Jim, thank you. Rolling up on 7:15, let's see how Wall Street starts today. Markets are down this morning. The Dow fell 620 points. The NASDAQ dropped 266 points, and the S&P 500 lost 73 points. We're less than 2 weeks out from the official start of tax season, and that tops this morning's Fox 56 Bluegrass Business Report. The IRS will begin processing returns later than usual because of pandemic relief legislation. Leaders want to do additional tests to make sure that every system is ready to go. If you're waiting on unemployment tax documents, expect to see a number that might not match the amount of benefits that you think you received.
The amount that is up there is the gross amount. Then the amounts that have been taken out are listed in another box. So that is all information that when you do your taxes, you'll have to put in.
You can double-check your document by subtracting what has been taken out from the gross amount. You should match how much money you actually received in benefits. Lexington's a step closer to getting a new bridge. Crews finished installing the beams for the Brighton Rail Trail Bridge over Manowar this weekend. The 280-foot bridge is expected to be complete by next summer. And Girl Scout cookie season is in full swing. We were there as a local chapter picked up 35,000 boxes of cookies over the weekend. There is a new cookie on the menu this year. It's a French toast-inspired treat called the Toastier. Girl Scouts is partnering with Grubhub for pandemic-safe delivery this year. You can also use the Smart Cookies app to place your order. We're taking a look at this week's new releases on DVD and digital platforms. The latest entertainment news is coming up after the break.
Know first. Fox 56 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, critics are calling the new season of 911 gripping and high octane. All new 911 tonight on Fox.
This has got the steak and the sizzle.
The tots on this are just crispy and they're flavorful.
This will keep you out of my tots.
Sonic Extra Long Ultimate Cheesesteaks. Yeah, this might keep me out of your tots.
Things got weird fast. But you've got this. After all, you're pretty ingenious. And Safe Auto is here to help. We're ready to work with you in these challenging times by offering 24/7 sign-up without having to leave your house, flexible month-to-month plans, and low down payments. Because in times like these, we all need to save some money on car insurance. We're here for you. We're insurance for the rest of us. Call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO.
When Kentuckians face a cancer diagnosis, they want the latest research, the best treatment options, the most advanced care. That's why Kentuckians come to UK Healthcare's Markey Cancer Center when it matters most. And it's why we've been named the top cancer center in Kentucky and one of the best in the nation by U.S. News Best Hospitals. UK Healthcare's Markey Cancer Center, the power of advanced medicine.
Hughes & Coleman has a proud history of helping people who've been hurt.
At Hughes & Coleman, we've dedicated our lives to helping injured people. And you don't need money to hire us. We get paid when you get paid. We've helped our clients recover over $1 billion, and we can help you too. We offer free and confidential consultations, and to make it easy, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Call Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Opioid addiction isn't new, but we're learning more about it every day. We know it's not a moral failing, but a disease that requires medical treatment. That's why Behavioral Health Group offers personalized outpatient care with FDA-approved medication-assisted treatment to restore lives and strengthen families. Welcome to BHG, a new class of recovery center.
Open 7 days a week in Lexington. Visit bhgrecovery.com or call 844-3-HELP-NOW. Medicaid and Medicare accepted, coverage options available.
All you have to do is dish a drink, and your taste buds.
Sounds like happiness. So many feels. All the feels.
You do the shimmy when it meets expectations. And the head nod is I'm perfectly satisfied.
Sonic Ultimate Drink Stop.
We need to stop this fire in its tracks.
Tonight.
Buck, wake up, we're here.
It's the 911 crossover event.
What you waiting for, Hollywood? Let's roll out.
2 teams join forces on one unforgettable night.
Dad!
An all-new 911 Lone Star tonight at 9 after an all-new 911 on Fox.
Welcome back. New releases this week include a family drama, a revenge thriller, and a Super Bowl headliner. Ashley Dvorkin has this morning's look inside entertainment.
Where the hell are we?
Topping the list of what's new in home entertainment, the action drama Let Him Go, starring Oscar winner Kevin Costner and Oscar-nominated actor Diane Lane. The duo play a longtime married couple who stop at nothing to get their grandson back from a dangerous family living off the grid.
Ever had a dream since you were a child?
Emily Blunt and Jamie Dornan couple up in the romantic comedy Wild Mountain Thyme. The film centers around 2 Irish farmers who develop a romance while being caught in the middle of their family's land dispute.
I'm certain I know you from somewhere.
Hilary Swank terrorizes Michael Ealy in the revenge thriller Fatale. Ealy plays a successful married sports agent whose perfect life falls apart after a wild one-night stand in Las Vegas with a police detective played by Hilary Swank comes back to haunt him.
I don't know what could have done this.
Bruce Willis fights to protect his spaceship from a cosmic threat in the sci-fi thriller Breach.
Hey, stop. I'm getting a burst for the wall here.
Celebratory releases include Spike Lee's 2-time Oscar-nominated classic comedy drama Do the Right Thing. Gets a 4K Ultra HD release just in time for Black History Month.
I feel like a horse's patoot.
The comedy Black Sheep, starring Chris Farley and David Spade, celebrates its 25th anniversary with a Blu-ray DVD digital release.
Just waiting.
For music fans, Foo Fighters unleash Medicine at Midnight. And just days before headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, The Weeknd releases The Highlights, a compilation album of songs from his decade-long career. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Your time now is 7:22, and keep it here. The 2-minute drill is next.
Coming up in sports, we have an update on the UK men's basketball team. They've been on a 48-hour pause because of COVID. Plus, the UK women hosting Mizzou at Memorial. We have highlights and reaction coming up in just a little bit.
Fox 56, the new home of Bluegrass Crime Stoppers.
Hi, I'm Marcus Scribner. The way we treat animals affects all of us. Cruel treatment of animals led to the pandemic crisis, killing 1 million people. And environmental destruction, pollution, and poaching have made our world a poorer place. To fight back, American Humane created a 10-point plan to do better by our animal friends. Visit AmericanHumane.org today and sign our new deal for animals to make a kinder and healthier world for all of us.
This is not breakfast. It's a sad, lukewarm compromise wrapped in disappointment. Now this is breakfast, the DQ Real Breakfast, with warm, fluffy biscuits baked daily, covered in thick country-style gravy, and served with 2 Purnell sausage patties hot off the griddle, instead of whatever this is. And right now, you can get all this for less than $4. Now this is breakfast. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Have you been to the new Botany Bay? Some of you think it's now too far away. Oh, why did they move? It just isn't fair. The place was falling down and the landlord didn't care. So we found a dry place with more parking space. It's all that you loved and none that you hate. If you haven't been in yet, you should no longer wait. We had to move, but it isn't so tragic, because you know we're the ones with the 420 magic.
And now you can visit us at either Lexington location, 1757 Alexandria Drive and 2350 Woodhill Drive, or 980 Commercial Drive in Richmond.
It's hammer time. Don't take the small check. Small check. Time to pay up. I tried to warn you.
Put an end to mealtime mutinies with Long John Silver's Family Meals.
mix and match chicken and fish, and keep everyone happy. Visit LongJohnSilvers.com to find pickup and delivery options near you. Long John Silver's, this year.
I'm John Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan. Pound Law. That's all.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on Fox 56.
Due to a combination of positive testing, contact tracing, and quarantining, Kentucky was put on a 48-hour pause starting Friday. That time period is now up. Here's a text we received from a UK spokesperson. We are continuing to evaluate team activity for this upcoming week. At this time, we do not have any updates to provide, end quote. As we know, this pause canceled Saturday's game against 5th-ranked Texas. BJ Boston, by the way, and Terrence Clark and Jacob Toppin were spotted at yesterday's UK women's game. So we would think those three are at least in the clear. As for the upcoming schedule, UK is scheduled for now to visit Missouri tomorrow night. For the second straight game, Knicks rookie Emmanuel Quickly erupting for 25 points. He's now second among rookies in scoring with 12.4 points per game. Number 1 overall pick Anthony Edwards, he's averaging 13. But he's playing 6 more minutes a game, so IQ's floater game torching the Clippers, the rookie scoring 25 in 27 minutes in the loss to the Clippers. After last weekend's loss at Tennessee, Ryan Howard and Kentucky got back on track Thursday with a win against Alabama. Yesterday, the Cats looking to make it 2 wins in a row against Mizzou. With only 8 games left, crazy, right? The Cats fighting for a top 4 seed in the SEC tournament. Second quarter, that is Howard, part of a 10-2 run. Then it's Robin Benton, 3-ball. Cats up 10 at the break. Let's go to the third, shall we? Howard flexing her muscle in the paint and one. 22 points, 10 rebounds for the All-American. With 6 to go, UK led by 6, but the Tigers score 8 straight. LaDasia Williams, game high 23 points. But with 2 to go, Dre'Ana Edwards, offensive board and the bucket. 10 points, 9 rebounds. And UK hit 7 straight free throws down the stretch, and they survive 61-55.
It's really important because we need this. Like, all of these wins are going to add up at the end of the season. So for us to be able to push through adversity and, stay together is big for us and something that we needed for confidence boost.
Thursday, UK is going to visit Ole Miss. That is a 7 o'clock tip on the SEC Network. And that's a look at the 2-minute drill. There's more Fox 56 Morning Edition coming up after the break.
Judge Judy, today at 5 on Fox 56.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
You'd never wash dishes in this. Your dishwasher looks clean, but when grease and limescale build up, it's not as hygienic as you think. Use Finish Dishwasher Cleaner. Its dual-action formula tackles grease and limescale. Finish. Clean dishwasher. Clean dishes.
Hughes & Coleman is committed to helping you get all the money you deserve when you get injured because someone else was reckless, so you don't have to fight with the insurance company.
Let us do it for you. Call Hughes & Coleman.
800-800-4600.
Your news every hour in primetime is on News Nation on WGN America. News Nation went in-depth for the inauguration and the president's first moves.
We need more action, and we need to move fast.
And News Nation paid tribute to Hank Aaron,
a legitimate civil rights hero.
News Nation covers your nation every night starting at 8, 7 Central on WGN America. Go to newsnationnow.com to find WGN America on your cable or satellite provider.
Eva's a great driver, and she deserves car insurance that puts her in control. That's why Root Insurance bases rates primarily on how you drive. Your braking, your turning, how much you drive, or how little. While most insurance companies rely solely on things like your age, education level, and zip code to give you a rate, with Root, your driving is the #1 factor we use to give you a better price. Learn more at joinroot.com.
Don't get left out in the cold this winter. Lucky's Auto Sports qualified technicians professionally install CompuStar remote car starters. Lifetime warranties on both parts and labor. Lock, unlock, and start your car with a remote or our smartphone app for Android or iPhone. Get the expertise you deserve at Lucky's Auto Sports. Installing suspension lifts, wheels, tires, window tinting, and remote starters since 1999. Gift certificates are available, so stay warm and call Lucky's Auto Sports today.
When you're in a car wreck, you know who to call.
Call Hughes and Coleman.
800-800-4600.
Studies show people who call a lawyer on average get up to 3 times more money.
That's a lot of shakes.
Hughes and Coleman. 800-800-4600.
You're watching the Fox 56 Morning Edition with Bill Bryant, Andrea Walker, and meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Welcome back to the Fox 56 Morning Edition on WDKY.
Here we are, February, and it certainly is a wintry day out there this morning. Cold and snowy, kind of nice to look at.
It's beautiful, but again, those roads can be tricky out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Jim Caldwell. More cold air is coming.
More cold, more snow, all of it. And this is a beautiful view. I mean, you look out there at Keeneland, and you see it in the wintertime here with some snow on the ground. They've had some, of course, some horses out there working out this morning, even in the cold and snow. So the track doesn't look completely covered, but though it's even getting slushy as well with that snow that's falling. Winter weather advisory continues for most of us through the day today and also into the early morning hours tomorrow, especially out in eastern Kentucky. That's where it hangs out a little while longer. Snow on our Fox radar, that will be with us off and on all day today and early tomorrow morning as well. Now, when I come back in a few minutes, we'll walk you through that hour-by-hour forecast and we'll take a look at the expected snowfall accumulation from this event. I have it here in a few minutes.
Okay, see you very shortly, and we thank you.
President Joe Biden is meeting with Republicans today, hoping to hammer out a bipartisan COVID relief deal and send checks to millions of Americans.
But former President Trump's upcoming impeachment trial could make it more difficult for Congress to move forward. Doug Luzader has more on all of this now from Washington.
Well, the price tag is going to be a big issue here, and even with Democrats controlling both houses of Congress, President Biden may need some help from Republicans to get this done. It is a rare winter wonderland here in Washington right now, but could there be a thaw coming at the White House? President Biden will meet with a group of 10 Republican senators today who say they want a deal on COVID relief.
We're targeted to the needs of the American people, treating our tax dollars as if there are tax dollars, not just money to spend.
A Republican proposal includes $1,000 government checks for those with incomes below $50,000. President Biden wants larger checks with a higher income cutoff, as well as a hike in the minimum wage and a bailout for state and local governments. But his plan costs nearly $2 trillion. Will he meet in the middle?
The president is willing to negotiate with everyone who signs up for the urgency of that plan.
But the biggest player in all of this may be West Virginia Democratic Senator Joe Manchin, a moderate who the party desperately needs in a closely divided Senate if they try to bypass Republicans. And he was none too pleased when, over the weekend, Vice President Kamala Harris tried to push the administration's relief package to his constituents in West Virginia. And the other big issue, impeachment. Former President Trump's Senate trial is just days away, and his team of lawyers just quit over the weekend, reportedly at odds with him over his defense strategy. The former president, though, has hired a new lawyer, and at the moment, the trial is set to begin a week from tomorrow. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
And this week, Johnson & Johnson is set to ask the FDA for emergency authorization for its new single-shot vaccine. It says the shot appears to be about 85% effective against severe COVID cases. We spoke to a Lexington doctor who played a major role in a local clinical trial for it. He explains what could set this vaccine apart from the others.
It can be stored easily in a regular refrigerator temperature for at least 3 months. You don't have to reschedule somebody to come back, worry about giving them the wrong vaccine when they come back.
Dr. Daughtry said Johnson & Johnson is also researching a possible second dose of its vaccine. He said the hope is that would boost immunity even more.
One local doctor is highlighting some of the few positives we've seen come from the pandemic. One of them, an unusually quiet flu season. Dr. Ryan Stanton says Kentucky has seen only a few cases so far. This time last year, flu activity was at its highest level. Dr. Stanton says the focus on our frontline healthcare workers could also inspire a new generation of doctors and nurses.
The needs of our communities and the needs of our population, especially with an aging population, are going to continue to grow. And we're going to need the folks there to help take care of us as we age.
Dr. Stanton hopes the increased hand washing and mask wearing will continue, leading to a healthier future. Tomorrow, we expect Fayette County school leaders to discuss classroom reopenings.
Last week, the district decided to postpone in-person learning until at least February 15th. That's 2 weeks from today. The district's COVID team meets with the health department each Tuesday to evaluate Lexington's latest COVID-19 numbers. Tomorrow, Kentucky's first regional vaccination sites will be opening up, starting here in Lexington. Roughly 3,000 people will be able to get shots each week at the Kentucky Horse Park. Regional clinics will also open in Danville and the Paducah area. And we do expect Governor Andy Beshear to announce more locations this week. He says Kentucky is still giving out more doses than we're receiving.
Kroger Field extended its hours Saturday to vaccinate an extra 1,000 people. Dozens of medical students are volunteering to help administer doses. Our crew spoke with one student whose own father was able to get the shot.
When he actually got to go through UK's system to get his vaccine, he's only gotten his first shot, and that was very recent, but it just was like a huge weight off of my shoulders. And that's really when it really was driven home.
Other UK colleges will work in the clinic over the next few weekends as well.
Kentucky dispatchers have been fielding some quite unusual calls over the last few days because of the wintry weather situation.
Yeah, according to Facebook, Kentucky State Police has been fielding calls to dispatchers about weather forecasts and road conditions. I just sounded like I had a lisp. And Jim's laughing at me, you jerk. At least one person wanted to know if Kroger had bread and milk at the store, and someone else wanted dispatchers to send snowplows out to their home. KSP says dispatchers can't do any of that, but they can send help your way in an emergency. Again, dispatchers can't call your... Daggone it! They can't call your boss and say road conditions are bad either, so don't try it.
There you go. Keep the lines open for emergencies. There's your bottom line. 7:37 here in just a second. It's catching here now, right?
You're watching the Fox 56 Morning Edition, your only local newscast from 7 to 8.
Just ahead, a Laurel County lifesaver, how a deputy's quick response helped a baby keep breathing.
Snow is flying across Kentucky right now, and we track more all day today. I'll have the latest for you coming up.
A portion of the Morning Edition is brought to you by Fayette's Heating and Air.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
UK Federal Credit Union. It's banking, only better.
Papa John's is known for its crispy, fresh crust full of warm, fluffy pockets. And now they're known for stuffing those pockets with cheese. I love you, cheese. Get a new epic stuffed crust pizza with one topping for just $12. Papa John's.
Happy Baby here at Surplus Sales. We have kitchen and bath cabinets in stock and ready to take home today. And they're all wood. Now that would make anybody happy, like me. Surplus Sales Flooring in Corbin, Kentucky.
All right, your break.
Whoa! Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pot Daily Draw Game. One number wins it every 4 minutes. Just choose your numbers from 1 to 15.
7 ball side pocket.
How many you want to play, how much you want to wager, and how many draws you want to play. Play Cash Pop from the Kentucky Lottery.
8 ball, corner pocket.
Maybe your lucky number will win you some scratch.
Funding more than $3.8 billion to date in grants and scholarships.
This weekend only, Lexington Overstock Warehouse is opening our doors for our big weekend sale. Grab this Ashley 2-piece sectional for only $5.97. Plus, get 12-month interest-free financing. Go to LexingtonOverstockWarehouse.com for more details.
Rally's has a new Pick 2 for 3 deal. Mix and match any two from the Rally Burger, the Spicy Chicken Sandwich, the Crispy Fish Sandwich, or a Chili Dog for just $3. With this $3 deal, any pairing is a total win. The Pick 2 for 3 deal, only at Rally's. Get Rally's delivered.
Modern Family, tonight at 7 on Fox 56.
Snow on the ground out there across central Kentucky, and it keeps working its way deeper into eastern Kentucky as well, and that's where we're going to see it start to add up out there in the mountains. Right now, you can see our view of Keeneland. This is one of my favorite views right now. It's a great view in the springtime, but you know what? There's something special about it right now this morning with some snow on the ground. The winter weather advisory is out for all of us. In eastern Kentucky, it will go the longest, probably into the early morning hours tomorrow as we watch the bands of snow. Here around Lexington, some of the heavier stuff has worked out for now, but more will fill in. You see some of it dropping in, and we're going to keep this machine cranked up with snow chances across the Commonwealth here as we get a little bit closer in and around Lexington, down to our south, where the leading edge of this next big push is now rolling through from London to Barberville, up toward McKee, Mount Vernon, Liberty, and going out toward the folks there in Harlan as well, coming your way very soon. It's 28 in Lexington, and you got low 30s south of here. Everywhere you look south and east is running right around 31, 32, 30 degrees right in that general area, and then out to our east as well there along 64. The hour by hour, we'll pick up on more snow. As this low turns the corner, it pulls moisture back and it drops in on us here. That's what you're seeing filling in the skies here later on this evening, tonight, and early tomorrow morning as well. I mean, we have the snow around for a while here. Early tomorrow morning, it's in eastern Kentucky before it finally, as far as the heavier stuff, starts to fall apart. That's later in the day. I even think we have more scattered snow showers around here in Lexington Tuesday night, and then on Wednesday morning, a few flurries before it does eventually warm up, getting above freezing. And when I say warm up, that's what I'm talking about. All right, snowfall, 2 to 4 inches. That is, by the time what we have out there now and what comes later today and tomorrow wraps up, 2 to 4 total inches, and that's most of our area falling in that swath. Then you've got the 2 to 6 inch snowfall potential out in the mountains. Now, the reason you see a higher total out there is, again, we're talking about those spots that linger longer in the high elevations of southeastern Kentucky. I have adjusted this forecast. If you were with us early during that first half hour, I didn't get to change my number. I forgot to change the numbers, what it was. I'll just be honest with you, okay? 12 rather than 18 on Sunday. There you see it. Now that's some cold stuff. All right, let's get out there. Let's hit the roads. Let's see what's happening on them right now, other than snow being on them right now. There you see the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government camera at Georgetown in Citation. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty view. However, here's what we have. You got Nandino Boulevard at Rushwood Court with a non-injury. Nicholasville Road at Larkin, vehicles in the center turn lane, that's a non-injury. And Armstrong Mill at Appian Way, a non-injury. So can you tell it's snowing out there, guys?
A few issues all over town.
That's right,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, Jim, thank you.
A Lexington man is fighting for his life after a shooting downtown.
It happened last night between the City Center and the Marriott building. The victim has life-threatening injuries. And police are investigating a possible lead, but they've yet to release any suspect information. 2 other shootings kept police busy over the weekend. Yesterday afternoon, a man was shot on Hollow Creek Road. He is expected to recover. And the day before, 26-year-old Brian Green died after a shooting off Alumni Drive. Officers have yet to arrest anyone in connection to any of these cases.
Homicides are up in Kentucky's two largest cities. Both Lexington and Louisville recorded more murders last month than they did the previous January. There have been at least 3 homicides in Lexington this year alone.
A benefit concert helped raise money for the family of 2 siblings killed in the Lexington crash. 19-year-old Andrew and 16-year-old Haley Smith died in a head-on crash in early January on 8th and Boonesboro Road near the Blue Sky Parkway. Last night, people raised money for their family at Rick House Pub.
Even if it's $1.
It's $1. We've done something
much appreciated. I mean, we've had a huge turnout so far. I mean, we've got the silent auction in there. So many businesses have donated. I mean, there's people that walk up to you that you don't even know and just willing. They don't even want tickets. They don't want to participate in the silent auction. They just want to donate.
They just want to donate.
The benefit was originally planned for just Sunday night, but it ended up being a weekend-long event. Andrew and Haley's mom says she is overwhelmed with the support. A Laurel County deputy is being credited for saving a baby's life.
Investigators say it started when a man shook the 3-month-old to try and make it stop crying. When Deputy Alan Turner arrived, the baby was unresponsive, so he performed CPR. He says the whole situation was a shock.
I thought it was going to be a medical emergency with the child, and then later found out that it was because of the actions of the father. It really tore me apart, and it made me angry, and I hope justice is served.
That 3-month-old is still being treated at UK Hospital. The suspect is charged with assault.
7:45 is our time right now. The COVID-19 pandemic is having an impact on children's mental health.
We'll have the details on that just ahead and a healthier you.
Your forecast first at the beginning of each newscast, only on Fox 56.
Tonight, it's the 911 crossover event.
We need to stop this fire in its tracks.
An all-new 911 Lone Star tonight at 9 after 911 on Fox.
How is yours? Because you got the spicy cheesesteak.
A little fire.
A little fire.
And desire.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Sonic Extra Long Ultimate Cheesesteaks.
You're taking it too far. I know it's date day and all.
Yeah, I rear-ended someone. Okay, he looks really hurt, and there's glass everywhere, and I don't know what to do.
I'm from your big insurance company. This isn't your problem anymore. Here, sip on this. Sir, do you have a history of back or neck injuries? Have you had any caffeine or sugar today? Who are you?
When you're in a car crash, it's usually the insurance company that pays for your injuries, not the other drivers themselves. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
When you're named the #1 hospital in Kentucky for 5 straight years, it comes with enormous responsibility. A responsibility that we're honored to hold. It means that no healthcare challenge is too big or too small. It means that we will always show the best of us. It means that we are the hospital to meet the healthcare needs of the Commonwealth. The best in Kentucky, the best for Kentucky. UK Healthcare. The power of advanced medicine.
When you're in a car wreck, you know who to call.
Call Hughes and Coleman.
800-800-4600. All you do is call.
They take care of it all.
800-800-4600.
Call 800-800-4600.
Studies show people who call a lawyer on average get up to 3 times more money.
That's a lot of shakes.
What are you waiting for?
800-800-4600.
You know who to call. Hughes and Coleman.
Hughes and Coleman. 800-800-4600.
I feel like I would go with the signature strawberry limeade. Add in cranberry. It'll give you that kick, like right there in the back.
Sonic Ultimate Drink Stop.
This muscle right here.
It might be a little tart for me.
911, what's your emergency?
Fox tonight, the new season of 911 is gripping.
LAPD, hands up!
High octane. And don't miss the highly anticipated Lone Star crossover event.
It'll be fun. I've never been to Texas.
All new 911, followed by 911 Lone Star, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back into the Fox 56 Morning Edition. So good to have you here. It's coming up on 7:49. You know, it's been almost a full year now since the coronavirus pandemic changed life as we knew it.
As much of the country remains under COVID-19 restrictions, children and adolescents are among those struggling to make sense of a socially distant world. Ashley Strohmeyer explains in this morning's Fox 56 Healthier You.
She's been asking me what the point of living is. This is never going to end. What's the point?
COVID-19 is contributing to a childhood mental health crisis. Across the country, kids of all ages continue adapting to a life of increased isolation. Many have been stripped of the opportunity to go to school and participate in clubs and sports. It's a strategy to help limit the spread of coronavirus, but experts say it's limiting opportunities for socializing and self-expression and could be contributing to a rise in suicidal thoughts.
Kids want to hug and touch and do all of those things, and it's going to be a little while before we're all able to do that again.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found cases of anxiety and depression drastically increased between April and June of 2020. The struggle is overwhelmingly clear in places like Clark County, Nevada, where the nation's fifth largest school district saw at least 18 student suicides since the start of the pandemic. Experts say there are many warning signs that a child may need help.
They're sleeping more, they're in their room more, they're isolating more, they're eating less or eating differently. They're not spending as much time with you. They're really angry.
For concerned parents, officials say checking in with your child is critical.
It is okay to say, are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling suicidal? You get to ask your child that. You're not planting that in their head.
And a number of states are now looking to pass bills addressing a child's mental well-being, making mental health an acceptable reason a child can be called out of school. Ashley Strohmeyer, Fox News.
Right, a lot of struggles out there.
In Zaxby's new General Tso's sauce? Legendary chicken, legendary sauce. The new General Tso's boneless wings. Only at Zaxby's. Redeem rewards, scan to pay, and order ahead on the Zaxby's app.
Shop local. Shop Lucky's Auto Sports. Defining rides since 1999. Looking for the best car and truck accessories? You got to get Lucky's. Bed covers, step bars, bumpers. Lucky's Auto Sports is Lexington's largest 3M window tinting facility. We're talking lifetime warranty. Lexington's custom wheel and tire headquarters is Lucky's. Over 1,000 wheels in stock. Lucky's Auto Sports is your Jeep and truck suspension lift headquarters. 0% same as cash financing available. Visit Lucky's Auto Sports' new state-of-the-art showroom or Lucky'sAutosports.com.
Nice sleep center, Bob. But what is a Bobopedic?
I could tell you, but I'd rather show you.
Oh, Bob's got a feel for your budget.
They deliver right to your door. With 30 years of sleep experience,
the best warranty, and so much more.
Bob's Bobopedic, from your head down to your feet, it feels like no mattress you felt before.
Wow!
Uh-oh.
Bob's Bobopedic.
You could win a new Lexus just for doing a good deed. Buy a raffle ticket at littleonesraffle.com and help the kids at the Kentucky Children's Hospital and Woodhill Community Center. littleonesraffle.com.
We develop quality citizens who keep our core, our country, and our communities side by side on the winning side. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at Marines.com.
The way we treat animals affects all of us. Cruelty overseas led to a pandemic, killing 1 million people. Help us fight back and make a better world for animals and people by visiting AmericanHumane.org and signing our New Deal for Animals.
What's in Zaxby's new General Tso's sauce? Legendary chicken, legendary sauce. The new General Tso's boneless wings. Only at Zaxby's. Redeem rewards, scan to pay, and order ahead on the Zaxby's app.
Due to a combination of positive testing, contact tracing, and quarantining, Kentucky was put on a 48-hour pause starting Friday. That time period is now up. Here's a text we received from a UK spokesperson. We are continuing to evaluate team activity for this upcoming week. At this time, we do not have any updates to provide, end quote. As we know, this pause canceled Saturday's game against 5th-ranked Texas. BJ Boston, by the way, and Terrence Clark and Jacob Toppin were spotted at yesterday's UK women's game. So we would think those three are at least in the clear. As for the upcoming schedule, UK is scheduled for now to visit Missouri tomorrow night. For the second straight game, Knicks rookie Emmanuel Quickly erupting for 25 points. He's now second among rookies in scoring with 12.4 points per game. Number 1 overall pick Anthony Edwards, he's averaging 13. But he's playing 6 more minutes a game, so IQ's floater game torching the Clippers, the rookie scoring 25 in 27 minutes in the loss to the Clippers. After last weekend's loss at Tennessee, Ryan Howard and Kentucky got back on track Thursday with a win against Alabama. Yesterday, the Cats looking to make it 2 wins in a row against Mizzou. With only 8 games left, crazy, right? The Cats fighting for a top 4 seed in the SEC tournament. Second quarter, that is Howard, part of a 10-2 run. Then it's Robin Benton, 3-ball. Cats up 10 at the break. Let's go to the third, shall we? Howard flexing her muscle in the paint and one. 22 points, 10 rebounds for the All-American. With 6 to go, UK led by 6, but the Tigers score 8 straight. LaDasia Williams, game high 23 points. But with 2 to go, Dre'Ana Edwards, offensive board and the bucket. 10 points, 9 rebounds. And UK hit 7 straight free throws down the stretch, and they survive 61-55.
It's really important because we need this. Like, all of these ones are going to add up at the end of the season. So for us to be able to push through adversity and, stay together is big for us and something that we needed for confidence boost.
Thursday, UK is going to visit Ole Miss. That is a 7 o'clock tip on the SEC Network. And that's a look at the 2-minute drill. There's more Fox 56 Morning Edition coming up after the break.
Thursday. My name is Kat, and I live alone above my cat cafe. When I die, this will all be yours.
Oh, good.
Call me Kat, Thursday on Fox.
Roll over. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Why do you need a Social Security lawyer? Applying for disability benefits is complicated.
If you don't answer the questions carefully, you can hurt your case.
If you have a hearing, there may be witnesses representing the government. Today, more and more Kentuckians are being denied. You want an experienced Social Security lawyer. You want Kentucky courage.
Call 1-800-55-WILDCAT. Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer. There's no fee unless you win benefits.
With Root Insurance, you have the power to control your own rates, and that could save you a lot of money. Root is a new type of car insurance that looks deeper than other insurers by using the sensors in your smartphone to understand important details about how you actually drive. That's how Root is able to give better drivers a better price. Here's how it works. Download our app, get on the road, and then get a quote. Learn how you can take control of your car insurance at joinroot.com.
When you're in a car wreck, you know who to call.
Call Hughes and Coleman.
800-800-4600. All you do is call.
They take care of it all.
800-800-4600.
Call 800-800-4600.
Studies show people who call a lawyer on average get up to 3 times more money.
That's a lot of shakes.
What are you waiting for?
800-800-4600.
You know who to call. Hughes and Coleman.
Hughes and Coleman. 800-800-4600.
News you can depend on, count on, rely on. Know more about what's happening in Central Kentucky and around the world. Know first when breaking news impacts you. Your first look at tomorrow's forecast. Central Kentucky's only hour-long news program. Featuring Marvin Bartlett and Kristen Plum. Know more. Know first. Fox 56 10 o'clock news.
This Valentine's Day, shop the Castle's biggest sale ever.
Center of My World diamond necklaces, 55% off, just $79. 2-carat diamond tennis bracelets, retail $34.99. Castle price, $11.95.
Don't miss this sale.
Shop 11 Castle locations of thecastleJewelry.com.
Likely going to run into more snow out there over the next several hours. We'll see a good little chunk of it showing up here in the next little bit again and again. That's the thing. You get these repeat snow showers. Before it's all said and done, guys, 2 to 4 inches throughout most of our area.
Right, and of course, updates tonight on the 10 o'clock news on WDKY. Thank you for joining us for the morning edition.
Have a great day, everybody.